You've said that Europe are being slightly hypocritical here.
Well, I think they are, Emily, and I don't think it's just the European Union. I also feel that the United Nations is being deeply hypocritical in terms of its comments on the UK Rwanda migration partnership. The reality of the matter is there have been migrant relocation schemes involving the EU and the United Nations, which have relocated migrants to countries such as Rwanda and also West African countries such as Niger. And I can tell you now, according to the Fragile States Index, uh, Niger as a country is more unstable and more fragile as a nation state when compared to Rwanda. I saw that the German ambassador, when talking about the UK Rwanda migration partnership, he said that Germany would not do such a thing. But the reality of the matter is, Germany does much of that kind of migration relocation work by using its influence and clout within the European Union. It does that through EU-funded relocation schemes. So I do feel, Emily, when it comes to much of the commentary surrounding the UK-Rwanda migration partnership, there's a great deal of hypocrisy.
Is this because in this country we have a much noisier minority of lawyers, of elite people within the elite? Are they just noisier in Britain than they are elsewhere? Because it does seem like the government can't do anything when it comes to illegal immigration without people being absolutely furious and doing absolutely everything they can to prevent it.
Well, I'm not entirely sure whether we have the degree of social activists in the legal profession, whether that's also the case in other countries. But it's very clear that we do have various actors. I would consider them to be open borders activists in the legal and charity sectors, who ultimately they look to obstruct and block any kind of meaningful reform when it comes to our dysfunctional asylum system. And I do feel, from an ideological perspective, they're more than happy to do away and dismantle the UK's national borders in the name of maximising global welfare, even if that means sacrificing our own domestic cohesion. And I find that to be an unacceptable position. And Emily, we do need to sort out our dysfunctional asylum system. At the moment, it's very much survival of the fittest. You have largely single, able-bodied young men who can take on those physically challenging journeys, which are facilitated. Ultimately, these men are being illegally imported into the UK by people smuggling enterprises. So what you have really vulnerable groups in other parts of the world, including women and girls, who are at serious risk of sexual violence. It's almost like there's a queue jumping process, and it's not fair on those relatively vulnerable groups at all.